This model kit review is of the Folland Gnat, and this is a 148 scale model by Airfix. This plane they used to use in place of the BAE Hawk for the red arrows. Let's have a look here. You can see pictures of the built model without painting. Show some of the options, and here it gives us the options for decals and painting. And let's have a look inside. Let's have a look at these sprues. Here's a canopy, two different options, fairly well molded. And this is a really good quality kit. The pieces are very well molded, recessed panel lines. I don't see many rivet lines, but there's a fair amount of surface detail on these wings. Looks like here's our stabilizer. Again, well molded, no flashing, no mold lines. This is just a really good quality kit. Here's our air intake. We've got our landing gear, and looks like the turbine here, other parts of the wheels, and this might be parts of the ejection seat, and our instrument panel is probably that. So let's have a look at these other ones here. Actually, here are our instrument panels. That was probably a bulkhead. Some nice details there. The other parts of the ejection seat, and our air intake, sides of the fuselage here. Here's the other part of the fuselage. All nicely made, lots of detail on the surface. You have some detail here on the inside of the cockpit. And this last sprue here, we have a pilot figure. And looks like the other parts of the cockpit here. And then flaps. This looks like probably the radar area in the front nose, right there. These are probably our wheel wells. So quite a lot of detail there. Let's have a look at our decals. Lots of detail here on the decals. Let's have a look at our instructions now. So we have the dimensions, and we start off with the cockpit and ejection seats. We do have decals for those instrument panels. Once those are built, then we start to build the fuselage with the wheel wells and the air ducts. Then the cockpit is placed in position, exhaust, engine parts are put in, and the nose parts, if you wanted to have it open. The other side of the fuselage is then built. And then the wings are put together with the ailerons and flaps. And those are then put onto the fuselage. Shows you the flaps up or down. And here's our tail and stabilizer. wheel well covers and landing gear going on, either open or closed. And then our fuel pods and some additional body pieces. Then the canopy goes on. You know, either have it open or closed. Here are the decal and paint guides. There's the one. And here's the other. So all in all, a very nicely detailed model, some detailed decals, and very well molded.